まやね。面倒だな。後で何でも言うこと聞くから。何でもでハッピーエンド。
一つ忘れてるぞ、朝日。約束通りなれば。
させてもらう。
One Hit Kill Sister. This anime was amazing. This was just an awesome introductory episode to an anime that, when reading the synopsis, it seemed super just goofy and interesting. And watching through episode 1, it was a delight. So, should you watch it? Well, my heart tells me absolutely this is a hard, easy recommend. Absolutely, you should watch it. But the thing that I have found here, and I took several notes as I was kind of like watching and taking all the anime in, is if you begin. So it really depends. Okay, here's the thing. It depends on what kind of viewer you are, right? If you tend to lean more towards like really, really well written, really well intricated stories, a plot that completely makes sense, the world that completely gets built out, and there's a lot of anime like that. Like if you think about like Mushoku Tensei, or Reincarnated as a Slime, or Attack on Titan, or Hunter x Hunter, even some of these big anime that they take their time to really curate the world, the plot, the characters. If that's what you like, and they're those are awesome anime, all of them. Then you don't like, I hate to use the word trash anime. I've been trying to kind of like, I'm one lowly man with I'm a teeny tiny YouTuber on the spectrum of YouTubers, so I've been trying to change it. But if you are allergic to what people tend to call trash anime, and I hate that because there's so many trash anime that I absolutely adore and I think that are awesome, I have kind of been trying to change the narrative and been calling these anime junk food anime, and that it's like a junk food like flick, right? It's like you have your masterpiece movies that are just like incredibly well written, and then you have your junk food movies that are just like a fun time. Like they're stupid, they don't completely make sense, but like man, they are completely just like they're enjoyable. So I've been trying to change the narrative on this thing of, instead of going calling things trash anime, because I hate that word, because it's not trash, it's enjoyable. Like I would say there's trash anime that I enjoy more than the masterpiece anime that people kind of really hold high, and that tends to be the thing every season. I'm just like I'm enjoying more and more anime that is more loose with it each season. So I've been trying to change the narrative to junk food anime. So that's what I would call this one here. It's like if you begin to poke holes in this anime, it kind of falls apart a little bit, right? If you just poke a couple holes in the bag, it immediately leaks out. And some of those things, and I'll tell you them kind of like up front, is our main character Asahi dies in the real world, okay? He dies in the real world, and he was seemingly beamed into kind of what I would call like a middle ground. His spirit gets beamed. He dies. He saves a little girl. His spirit gets beamed. He's kind of like in purgatory, a sense. Like he's kind of like he didn't go up to heaven or down to hell. He's just kind of like in that purgatory state, and he sees everything happening, and he gets beamed to this other world. Well, when he gets beamed to this other world, not only does he get all the items that were on his person, he gets his uniform. So it basically grabs a sentient version or a spirit form of what he was and transfers him to this world. But yeah, he can still use his iPhone and stuff. You know what I mean? And I was like, it's a little weird. He wasn't reincarnated into this world. He just kind of like beamed. So I always have problems with that specific storyline. I always feel like that's just too convenient, right? But later on in the episode, we find out that he's actually in a coma, and he's actually been mumbling and speaking. So this gives me like 𝐒𝐻𝐸-san, like uncle in another world type of vibes, to where he's in a coma, and his spirit was like taken somewhere else. And again, poking holes into why wasn't he reincarnated and stuff like that. He makes comments during the episode about this world that he's in being like Skyrim or being like Witcher. And somehow, he even acknowledged this, which I really appreciated the anime doing. But again, this might be those things that you don't necessarily like. Somehow in this world, they just magically speak Japanese. But he notices a sign like like a signage, like for not a hotel, but like an inn or something. He notices signage that there's signage in English and in Japanese. So his assumption is things are just automatically being localized for him. He also later on finds a status screen, and basically he's very gamified, and the anime didn't do a really good job about him explaining the status screen or how he found out about it or what menus are in there. They didn't do a good job of that. So again, if you kind of have to let loose a little bit with this here. Now, normally I would really hone in and really nitpick at this stuff and be like, blah, 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 blah. But the thing with this specific one is it was so enjoyable that the enjoyment of watching it outweighed all these little holes that I could poke into honestly, bad story. And the reason is the episode starts off with the burning village, okay? And now I'm going to transition into like why you should watch it. So the episode starts off with a burning village attacked by goblins. We later learn on the episode that he plays like a Chuny version, like 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐻𝐿, like a fake. He kind of like fakes it till he makes it. And he tells a goblin like, something along the lines of like, "Don't you dare step to me. You regret those words. I'm leaving you, or I'm leaving you with the option to get away, because you don't dare come after me in your afterlife for what's about to happen to you if you take the next step." Like, he goes in and you're like, yo, what's about to happen? And really, he's like a super weakling, and his sister comes and destroys them, and then he gets credit for it. So that whole entire scene is hilarious. Then we see his sister attack him and like attack him. That's hilarious. When he got transferred in the other world, his first quest that he took, he went to go kill like some little baby rabbits, and instead of that, he came across a wyvern. Okay, and he was about to get deleted essentially, but he screamed really loudly for his protector, for the person that. The underlying current in this anime is twofold. You can tell the person that he loves the most in both worlds is his sister, because when he died in that spiritual purgatory world, when he was thinking about the people who would miss him or worry about him, he was only really worried about what his sister would think, right? And that immediately flooded to his mind. And then when he was in trouble, the last person he thought about and what he screamed out was his protector / the person he loved the most, which is his sister. So no matter what his actions do, the underlying current is, even though that she's a brother obsessed older sister, he definitely like loves his sister, probably at equal. He might not have the romantic or the satiation need that she might have, but he definitely, I think it's pretty comparable with the love. So I just found that it was hilarious the way she took on the dragon, the way she came there, and then we find out that the way that she was summoned to this world was she noticed that he was in a coma. He was murmuring about another world. Again, that's pretty unique. That's pretty funny. And because she thought his spirit might, with not knowing any real context whatsoever, because she just happened to be like, his spirit must be somewhere else, she just began pounding her head against the wall to see him again until she went unconscious and she was transported to this world. So it was partially his desire and partially her like killing herself. So who knows, hopefully she's in a coma too, but she just started pounding her head against the wall until she was summoned there to save her brother. Then she hit us with the most memorable line in anime this season. She said to her brother that she really missed that scent that tickles my nostrils. And I was like, oh my God. Again, I'm laughing this whole time. I'm having such a good time watching this. And then, after that, we find out later on in the episode that there is a Demon King and there is a hero party. The sister's immediate reaction to that, well, like, I'll just go defeat the Demon King real quick kind of thing. And then the episode kind of ends with us finding out. I skipped over a lot, but the episode ends with us finding out that there is some kind of demon or some powerful demon at the end of the episode who's going to seek them out because she wants to fight Maya, which is his sister. So absolutely. Oh, also the crowd gaslit Asahi into defending them. Like, there's just so much funny stuff here. Like, I don't even have enough time to cover it. I would need 20 minutes to talk about it. But I'm telling you, enjoyment level 10 out of 10. Writing, plot, stuff like that, probably like a 6 out of 10. So it balances itself out to a nice 8 out of 10. And I think you should watch it and give it a shot. Again, if you're in that realm where junk food anime you also enjoy. All right, if you watched it, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to see me cover this every single week, let me know in the comments below. Like the video if you did nothing else, and subscribe and watch the videos on screen now, and I'll see you on another video. Peace.